Let's take a look at our order to cash example. So here we see that there are three main resources involved. On the one hand, we have staff from within the sales department, and on the other hand, we have staff within the warehouse and distribution department and an ERP system, so an automated resource. So the way this process would work if we would automate it is that a BPM system would take care of handling automatically the coordination of work between one resource and the other. So this process starts at the warehouse and distribution department, where upon the receipt of a purchase order, which could be received, say, automatically, then an ERP system is involved that will take care of checking the availability of the items within the purchase order. Now, once this automated activity has been completed, the BPM system will take care of the work related to this particular purchase order to transfer this work to the resource in charge of executing the next activity, which, assuming that items are in stock, is activity confirm order. So to pass work on to an order manager, who will be able then to confirm order. Now, typically, in the context of an automated business process, human resources are involved by means of a so-called work list handler, which is a common component of a BPM system, by means of which human resources can see upcoming work items in an interface that looks pretty much like an inbox. Then they can select what work items to work on the basis of different criteria, like on the basis of the urgency of that particular work item. So this order manager will see on a screen the various orders that they need to confirm, and then they will pick one of them, say the one related to this particular instance that we are analyzing. And so then what they will do is that they will see this order through an electronic form, and then they will be able to confirm this. So once the order manager has completed this activity, then control will go back to the BPM system that, as a director of an orchestra, will take care now of passing this work on to the next resources. So the resources assigned to the next activities, which in this case are two activities because of the end split. We have emit invoice that will be performed by a financial officer, and ship goods that will be performed by a warehouse worker. Now, in the case of the financial officer working on the emission of the invoice, then the approach would be pretty much similar to the order manager working on the confirmation of the order. So this time the financial officer may be able to see on the work list handler a new work item popping up, meaning that there is a new invoice that needs to be emitted. And then they could see a pre-populated invoice on the basis of the information retrieved from the purchase order, and then the financial officer will be able to complete the invoice with the required information, press a button, and then that task will be completed. Meaning that by pressing that button, the BPM system will be notified of the completion of that task. And then again, control will return to the BPM system. Now, in the case of shipped goods, for this activity, the warehouse worker will have to manually retrieve the package, the box, the products from the shelves and put them into a truck, and then create a shipment notice. So in this case, the activity is actually a manual activity, but there are different ways in which we can hook up these manual activities to the BPMS, to the BPM system, meaning finding mechanisms that allow us to notify the BPM system that a task has been completed. So in this case, the warehouse worker will themselves receive a notification from the BPM system that they have to take a few products from the warehouse shelves, and then once they are done, they will notify the BPM system that the loading of the truck has been completed. So the goods can be shipped. Now, upon completion of both these two activities, ship goods and emit invoice, then the BPM system will pass control over to an order manager. And this could be done again through the use of a work list handler, through which the order manager will see that there is a new work item to work on, which is about the archival of an order. Now, once this activity has been completed, then the whole process instance will finish.